Welcome to Testify. I have a question for you today. Have you ever wondered how you were created? Today we're going to speak about the entire book of Genesis in 5 minutes. Let's take a quick review at the story of creation with all the key characters. The story starts in the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve were formed out of dust of the earth, and God breathed the breath of life into them. They were made in the image and likeness of God. All creation, including animals, the earth, sea and sky, were created in 6 days. Adam and Eve were deceived by the serpent, sinned and ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. They were sent out of the Garden of Eden, and were cursed by God, and therefore, ever since, mankind cannot have eternal life, and have to endure with hard labor, suffer painful childbirth, and be bitten by the serpent who deceived them. Cain and Abel were Adam and Eve's sons. Cain killed Abel in rage because God accepted Abel's offering. God wasn't pleased with Cain's offering because of the state of his heart and his leftover offerings. Cain was also banished and sent to the land of Nod. A third son, Seth, was born to replace Abel. One of the descendants of Adam, Noah, son of Methuselah, was a faithful man. God commanded Noah to build an ark and take his family, with a pair of each species of animals, into the ark. God wanted to punish the wicked people of the earth because of their great sin, by causing a great flood to destroy the entire earth. The flood lasted 40 days and nights. The water remained on the earth for 150 days. Noah, his wife and his 3 sons Shem, Ham and Japheth, as well as their wives and animals, were saved from the flood, because of Noah's great faith and obedience. All else was destroyed. Then Abraham, a faithful man, chosen by God because of his unwavering faith, was the descendant of Shem, Noah's son. Abraham and Sarah could not have any children. Abraham had a son named Ishmael, from Hagar his servant, according to Sarah's request. God promised Abraham and Sarah a child. Both Abraham and Sarah did not believe that this could be possible because of their age. Abraham was 100 and Sarah was 90 when they conceived Isaac. God called Abraham to sacrifice his son Isaac to test his faith. Abraham went wholeheartedly to perform this sacrifice, and an angel of God stopped him. God blessed Ishmael, on the other hand, who became a skilled archer and a father of Arab nations. God promised to bless Ishmael because he was the offspring of Abraham. Isaac inherited his father's wealth, and led the family business, and was blessed by God, and was obedient and did everything God asked him to do. God called Abraham to leave his homeland of Haran and go to Canaan. Abraham took his family, his nephew Lot and all his possessions with him. God promised to make him a great nation. Lot, Abraham's nephew, and his family were instructed to flee the wicked city of Sodom before its destruction, but Lot's wife disobeyed the command to not look back, and was consequently turned into a pillar of salt. Lot and his 2 daughters fled, and Lot got promised his own portion of land in the Jordan because of the growing tension between Lot and Abraham's herdsmen. Isaac married Rebekah and had 2 sons, Esau and Jacob. Jacob was Rebekah's favorite child. Jacob tricked his brother Esau and stole the blessings from his father Isaac, the blessings that was meant for Esau. Isaac was old and blind and asked Esau to hunt an animal, cook and bring it to him. He will eat and bless him. Rebekah heard this and coerced Jacob to hunt the animal, which she cooked and gave it to Jacob to bring to his father. Rebekah wanted Jacob to get the blessing. Jacob married Leah and Rachel, daughters of Laban, and had 7 children from Leah, 2 children from Rachel whom he loved, and 4 children from Rachel and Leah's servants. His children were 13, 12 boys and 1 girl. His sons became the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's name later on became Israel as he wrestled with the angels for his blessings. Some say that he wrestled with God himself. One of Jacob's sons from Rachel, Joseph, was sold into slavery by his brothers, who were jealous because his father Jacob had favor on him. They sold him to slavery to the Egyptians and told Jacob he was killed. Joseph's life transformed in Egypt. Potiphar loved Joseph, but later on threw him into prison because of the accusation by Potiphar's wife. After he interpreted the dreams for Pharaoh, Pharaoh found favor with Joseph. Pharaoh was very impressed, and promoted him to governor of Egypt. Joseph rationed Egypt's produce to prepare for a famine of 7 years. Jacob sent his sons to Egypt, because of the famine in Canaan, only to discover that Joseph, his son, was still alive and was the governor. Joseph invited his father and brothers to come to Egypt. Joseph provided for his family. The book of Genesis ends with Joseph speaking to his brothers before he dies, telling them that he has forgiven them for their previous harm toward him, and assuring them that what they meant for evil, God has turned to good. Hope you have enjoyed this Bible study. What do we learn from the book of Genesis? We learn that our God is a God of second chances. The characters in Genesis were far from perfect, but God sees the heart of men that love Him. He came for sinners, not for the righteous. We fail many a time, but His mercies endures forever. Take care, folks. Subscribe and join us on the next one.